So types of feedback responses. One is understanding and supportive response. And this is what we're looking for, right? The other is a probing response, where we're asking questions and often considering what the person has to say, but we're going in more depth. We're trying to find more about what they have to say so we can improve better. Interpretive response. So here's a good one. Feedback based on reading between the lines. So if you ask for feedback or you give feedback, it's maybe that you're trying to find, and it's kind of more probing, but you're trying to interpret and put your interpretation out so the other person can make that judgment call and look and see if your interpretation is correct. And you want to know that because the conflict now is a lot easier to solve than a conflict down the road when there's a lot more problems. Evaluative response. Feedback is offering opinion and judgment by the sender that should help the receiver evaluate his or her attitudes and behaviors. So for example, if I go to my daughter and says, do you really want to wear that color of lipstick? Because I don't think black will go good at church, you know, or whatever situation. That was a joke. But can you imagine that the evaluative response also, as a mother, father, or as a senior person to a junior person, might be a way to help them see how you perceive it, and maybe how other people perceive it too. So just because you perceive it one way doesn't mean you're wrong. Just because you as a parent perceive it one way doesn't mean you're wrong. So remember that when you give feedback. Sometimes you're right, and sometimes that feedback's needed. So don't be afraid of giving feedback, and try not to be insulted when people give you feedback. On a personal level, every time I wrote a report, growing up to the point where I am, I expected lots of red lines in a business setting, because what you want is you want to find all the mistakes up front so that you can fix them, and you need to be tough, have tough skin for that, and let people help you become successful. And we'll catch you in the next podcast. Remember, this is Craig Stevens, and this is on the Westbrook Stevens website, and I will talk to you in the next website, next podcast.